Everyone, this is Surf. Before I go on, all glory goes to the Most High Prime Creator. I hope you're doing well. These are drops from Soul Warrior Radio. Please pay attention. Try to learn as much as you can. Let's go. It's gonna be an audio.
Alright, so this is a
video.
little test run. I want to see what this is like, so just bear with me.
Equinox reversed. The sun has been in remission all year. You can look it up. You can look up that the sun has been in remission. So the sun is sick. The most areas, so in years, we had the most areas of sunspots this year on the sun. And it's been the coolest it's been this summer in a long time. That's because the sun was accumulating energy for this event, and the Jesuits knew it. This energy will activate our corona. On Earth, it's going to look like the sky is ripped open, and you'll be able to see externally and internally all the realities simultaneously. Earth is not a planet, nor is it round or flat.
Facts.
So all the flat Earth motherfuckers, you go ahead and exit. You can't get with it. It's not round or flat. We'll get to that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that, Sean.
Alright, so I don't know whether or not y'all picked up on this. And like I said, this is just a test run. I'm just trying not just being able to go live on, straight on YouTube. So this isn't via stream or anything like that. Just in case you didn't catch what he was essentially saying to you. But it's just something I've been saying for the past 9 months as well. The corona of the sun is a mystery to astrophysicists and people, of that nature, people who study the sun. They literally study the sun, right? They got to study the sun because the sun has a direct correlation with the sun people. So-called black people, you are children of the sun, right? That's why Solomon or Soul Old Man, right? So that's why it's Soul Warrior, not S-O-U-L, but S-O-L, because in Spanish, S-O-L is what? The sun. You see what I'm saying? To you, you just got a peep game, So when you talk about having a soul, you literally talk about having a miniature sun within you. That's why you have a symbiotic relationship with the sun. You have a direct correlation with the sun. You see what I'm saying to you? You are suns as well. The sun is neither hot or bright. The sun is a portal. And it is an energy converter. That's why metaphorically in the Bible it says nobody comes to the Father but through the Son, because the Son is a portal. Now, if you can comprehend, if you've never heard this type of stuff before, but it is what it is. Anyways, within about a month, we're about to be going through a what is called universal. I don't even know how to call it, but just a lot of coronal mass ejections are coming from the sun. The sun is sending a lot of energy. The sun is sending you help. Because as you can see, for the past 7 months, you've been walking around with masks around your face. Now, whether or not you think it's real or not real, what you should be doing is paying attention to your reality and what's going on around you. What's really being shown to you is that things are changing, so we are going through a change, you know what I'm saying? So just try to talking about.
It is a realm. Earth is a realm. So just as a drop of water is in a puddle, I'll show you. This is the original South Carolina flag right here. I'm from South Carolina, but it's this very occult. Just as a drop of water, it's a puddle. A ripple conceals each reality that proceeded out the droplet. The droplet right here is that star in the middle. The rest of the stars are the other rims. Earth is a rim held in an objectable space. This means just as much as Earth is physical, there is a huger aspect that is non-physical. that non-physical aspect exists within its circumference. So there are variations of the earth that isn't direct with one another because of the stationary aspect of the corona. Each ripple is a earth, so each star is representative of an earth realm and a reality quantum. Now, I've experienced this. I don't know if y'all have, but in dreams lately, I'm in places on earth that I've never been in my dreams, but it feels real.
Yeah, that been going on with me for a while too. You know, when I am able to remember my dreams, I'm in like just alternate earths, and I know I'm on an earth, but I'm not on this one. So every night you dream. However, sometimes we don't remember our dreams. So whenever you wake up and you can't remember, you know, it's because of the different electrical devices that they have all across the planet. You see what I'm saying, T? Because so-called black people, electricity is like kryptonite to you. You may not know this, you may not comprehend this, but it's the truth. Electricity is like kryptonite to you because you are symbolic of that Superman, that Supermana. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why in Hebrew they have the Elohim. Well, Superman, his house is what? The house is of El, right? So you are like Superman. You see what I'm saying? You might not comprehend this, but it's the truth. You see what I'm saying? So on Superman's home planet of Krypton, they're just regular humanoids. The only difference is like scientifically speaking, they are more advanced. They are a more advanced race of people. So Krypton has a great calamity that's going to befall upon it. You know what I'm saying? Like Krypton about to blow up. So what this scientist named I think his name is Jarrell. So Jarrell is a scientist. So Jarrell takes his little son. His son's name is Khalil, and he puts his son on a spaceship, and he sends his son to a nearby star. Right? This nearby star has a planet that's orbiting around it called Earth. So this is where the Superman character, right? His name is Khalil. I just told you he came from Krypton. His father's name is Jarrell, and Jarrell is a scientist. So the planet is about to blow up. So what he does is he puts his son on a spaceship, sends him to a nearby star, you know, in a planet called Earth. So when he lands on Earth, he literally crash lands in Kansas, and he is found by Mary and Jonathan Kent. You know, and that's symbolic to that story in the Bible of Jesus. You know, Mary and Joseph, well, this Superman, this being from the realm, right? Literally. Now, on this planet, the sun is a different color because on Krypton, their sun is red. Well, the sun over here is yellow, right? Now, what you got that the sun mutates matter. That means the sun controls matter. That means the sun is your dictator. You know what I'm saying, T? That's why they say that time doesn't start in a universe until the sun starts its precession, because the sun is what controls time. It's your governor, right? So because it's your governor, based on whatever sun that you are underneath, it will have like a direct correlation with how you are manifested even on a physical level. So on Krypton, the sun is red, so he don't have the sort of abilities that he gets once he is exposed to a yellow sun. Now, I appreciate you know, having props and just energy to listen to this, because a lot of this, it'll go straight over some people's heads and they won't be able to comprehend. But, you know, it is what it is. Everything ain't for everybody. So, with that being said, so-called black people, you have a direct correlation with the sun. See, these comic books, these movies and things of that nature, they're made by people who are occultists. One thing you got to comprehend about occultists are just people who study things that is hidden from, you know, the masses. So a lot of these people, they hide the truth in movies and, like I said, comic books, regular novels, all sort of stuff. So these comic books, you think they're just fake stories, but they're really telling your story. You know what I'm saying to you? Now, when it comes to so-called black people, you are like Superman. The sun has a direct correlation with you. Now, what's about to happen is your son is about to send you some coronal ejections, right? So you are going to literally get the true vaccination. See, they're trying to give you this false vaccination for this so-called COVID stuff, but the sun is literally going to send you an injection or an ejection, right? Because they're called CMEs, coronal mass ejections, where it's going to eject from the sun and inject into you, and it will also activate your so-called dormant DNA, that so-called junk DNA. There's no such thing. It was merely dormant. Now you have to have another component to activate it. That component is going to be that coronal mass ejection or injection, okay? Because you have to comprehend that this has been referenced all through time. You know, you call it the Holy Spirit, you call it divine wind, you call it the great mother, the great father, you call it the great phoenix, you call it the Ruach HaKodesh, you call it so many things, and it's been prophesied. They already comprehended this is coming. That's why right now they're doing their best to try to confuse you. They're doing their best to try to have you in panic mode. They're doing their best to try to have you all over the place because they know what's coming. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, if you know, then you know. A lot of these people, they keep on playing with you with greater and lesser magic. You see what I'm saying to you? They're using ceremonies and they're using applied psychology to keep you in this crazy loop because they know that their time is over.
Every night, I stopped smoking recently. Ever been in my dreams? You need to do that sometime. I told you to starve the melanin. We're still talking about herbivores and all of that. We're just moving into other areas to get your imagination flowing, because that's going to be the. So I am in places in Earth in my dream I've never been, but it feels real. What it is our alternative universes. They show this in comics. It's real. How did the Dogon have a bird's eye view of the universe? That means they had to be looking down at it. What this means is our dream avatar body is in the ninth heaven, past the Orion gate portal beyond Saturn. And the archons lock the back door of the face with ego, the false self. Flat earth, round earth, low earth is a lie. The truth is there's never been a time when we didn't consider something was a reality. Because we can't remember a time when we didn't see a reality. And we, the first people on earth in history, had forgotten how to get back in the gateway for being here so long. So at this time, the coronal mass injection comes down.
Hey, it's something that he said, it was deep. I don't know if y'all caught that. So there's never a time that you weren't, you know, like that's why in the Bible it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was made flesh. So you are Word, right? Personified into the flesh, because you are vibration. That's why color is vibration and vibration is sound. That's why it says that. That's crazy. All right, it's all there. So let me just get back to playing this.
December 19th through the 23rd. We'll have a hard time seeing this transitional phase. Why? This reality is based upon a natural Taurus field. Unnatural. It's natural Taurus field. Unnatural sun.
You heard that? That's why they want you to take that vaccine, because they won't keep what's about to happen. They want to always tell people true reparations is Ruach. Reparations is not 40 acres. Come on, man, stop doing that to me. 40 acres and a mule is not reparations. Okay, that's why I never get so caught up with the politics of men, because men cannot liberate you. That's why even in the Bible book it says vengeance is the Lord's. You know, like, yeah, you know people have been oppressing you, but what you got to do, you got to show by way of your character that you're gonna earn the liberation that's coming for you. There is nothing physical that's gonna help you, because so-called black people, we are a spiritual people. So you I mean, I think patience is a virtue, but it's coming. They know this. That's why they're trying to usurp our power, because they know our true reparations is coming by way of Ruach. The truth is stranger than fiction. You see what I'm saying to you? So and then on top of that, you folk don't like to listen to anything unless they tell you. So why don't you study quantum physics? Because your physicists study you. Every time they study the sun, they're studying you. Pay attention. You are the sun people. The sun is going to be sending you extra help. I'm telling you, as soon as they think that they finna, do whatever they think they're gonna do to you, the sun is going to send you extra help. If you get it, then you get it. Some of us are gonna get superpowers. This isn't crazy. It's just critical thinking and connecting the dots. You are sun people. That's why they call this whole disease the corona. The corona has baffled astrophysicists for over 100 years. They can't comprehend the corona. They just figured out that the sun isn't even hot or bright. You know what I'm saying to you? You have a sun inside of your planet, but that's a whole other thing,
Moderna, the company's to terraform the DNA, because some will have a delayed effect of the transition. So they have to think and come up with something with enough time to circle their wagons back for the illuminated souls who it hadn't hit yet. The download is coming whether they like it or not. You know how dogs have electric collars. If they go too far, they get shot. This is what happened to the Highlands. We know who the Highlands is. There will be a mist that comes down through the chemtrails and is mentioned in the Gnostic books as the manna or the crystal dew. They also call it Zoe. Zoe is Sophia's soul. Getting into some deep shit. Getting into some deep shit. This crystal dew, or the dew, will reinvigorate you and bring you back into the body of Christ. That's why everything is biblical this year. The mystery.
Boom. And then I talk about this all the time. I tell people I'm not religious and I'm not dogmatic, but I'm very spiritual. So the Bible book is a very important book. But if you don't comprehend the Bible book, it's just a book to you. Like the Quran, the Talmud, the Bhagavad Gita, the Sefer, man, these are books. If you don't really comprehend how to internalize what you're taking from these books and activate it, because so-called black people, you are alchemists. You see what I'm saying to you? What is alchemy? It's the transmutation of energy, because energy cannot be created or destroyed. That's why I said, every time you transition, you just going into a new meat suit or a new geometric divine structure that you, I don't know why they keep trying. It's crazy. But anyways, you can't live your life as a sucker, man, because if you keep on being a sucker, you're going to keep as a sucker. The soul is eternal. The soul does not die. You have to comprehend that why certain beings on this planet hate you, because some of us have souls and some of us don't have souls, and everything is mixed up on the planet right now. So right now, it don't matter what your skin tone is. A lot of people ain't what you think they is. You see what I'm saying to you? That's why they say there are so-called black devils among you too. A lot of comprehend is that all these tactics are to confuse you, because right now it's harvesting season. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just want to harvest you. They don't care. They give you all those division tactics so that you can fight amongst yourself, because they comprehend what it really is. They don't care none about that. It's about harvesting souls. The moon isn't even real. The moon is artificial. They've been put that up there. That's why China, go look it up yourself. China was planning to launch a second moon by 2020. That was crazy to me. And they said they're doing that because it's going to help cut down the cost of electricity. That was crazy to me. But that's what they talking about.
Or the soul of God. Melanin-rich people will only receive the download. They have the pleroma in them, which is dark energy, giving them the ability to transmutate it back into the physical. This is the activation of the super Heru, and it's here. That's why they showed this in Lovecraft Country.
Hey, but I gotta stop right fast because he wrong on one thing. It's not just so-called black people that's gonna be able to receive this energy, and that is the metaphysical. Well, that's the allegory in the Bible of wheat and tares. Because right now we have been all allowed to grow up around each other and to mix up with each other. So there's no such thing as being a racist because there's only one race, and that's the human race. Now you have different species, but you don't have another race. You see what I'm saying to you? Like technology, you got to comprehend that. There's only one race, okay? You can't be racist. It's either you're evil or you're good. Some people are hateful, so they're going to hate people. That just is what it is, but you can't be racist because you're all one race. You're the human race. Now there are different species. Now we're supposed to all, we're supposed to all utilize one another to grow. So it is the truth. I'm not saying this just to kiss nobody behind. I know how Caucasian people are. I know what they've done on this planet. However, we're all given a chance to be mixed up with each other and to see how would we rise above everything. So a lot of them, yeah, they were very oppressive to us, but they weren't supposed to be oppressive. They were supposed to be learning from us. They weren't supposed to be doing all that nonsense, but they got consumed with hate as well. That's why a lot of them gonna perish. But there's a lot of so-called black people who gonna perish too, because every time y'all try to act like it's just the so-called Caucasian, it's as if you're forgetting that amongst your own so-called brothers and sisters, there's a whole bunch of devils. That's why skin folk ain't kinfolk, and there are literally people who have sworn oaths to keep the truth suppressed from everybody. It don't matter what your tone is, because get what? When babies are babies, I don't look at Caucasian babies and say I hate them. I can't do that. They're babies. You know, that's the purity. That's the innocence. That's, man, like that's something to me. You know, I can't look at it. I don't care what the skin tone of the baby. It's a baby, and that's why sometimes you have to. These folk don't want me to.
What the government is going to do. Yeah, I know the motherfucking government. The government is going to call it an alien invasion. Some fake shit. But you will know the truth. You will know the truth. Because they know damn well we the only motherfucking aliens there is.
Facts.
They're going to tell you to stay inside. They're going to say that we got a social distance. The people who get it, you've seen the movies. Just look at the movies. They'll say, oh, these people are infected. We have to isolate them. Had to do the wars and reveal the revelation of something called the Carrington event. I saw somebody mention it. The Carrington event was a powerful geomagnetic storm on September the 1st through the 2nd, 1859. That's 59 again. During the solar cycle 10.
Oh, hey, real quick, I want to tell y'all something, man. There's no such thing as gravity, so you got to start listening to them folk, because they don't even know what they talking about. There's only magnetism and knowing how to augment magnetism. That's how, in order to be able to fly, the only thing you got to do is reverse the polarity of your magnetism to the earth. See, when you had them powers, like when you were planet keepers, when you took care of the earth, like everybody want to talk about, you know, politics, elections, and all that there, but what about the earth? Like, you live. So why wouldn't you be taking care of the earth? Why wouldn't the earth be your first like preoccupation? That's crazy to me. Like, without the earth, we wouldn't have anywhere to live. Well, Captain Planet had all them superpowers because he is a planet keeper. So-called black people, you're planet keepers, but you fail, man. That's why don't nobody respect you no more. That's why these other people, these other species, they were allowed to rule over you because y'all been failed. You were in dishonor a long time ago. So this is humbling season. So you got to eat your humble pie.
Solar coronal mass ejection hit Earth's magnetosphere and induced the largest geomagnetic storm on record. The associated white light flare in the solar photosphere was observed and recorded by British, always the Britain people, astronomers Richard Carrington. See, they always got to name something after a white man. The storm.
Hey, but he said something that was dope. Now, peep gang. Why is it that every time you watch a movie on ancient Egypt, them people have British accents? That never made any sense to me. I've seen movies where they're supposed to be in outer space and them people have British accents. So that's very telling to me. You can't take that anytime you see a ancient Egypt or whatever, it don't even make sense. Egypt is in Africa, so why in the heck do they have British accents? Like, what was the last movie? Gods of Egypt or something? Why do they have British accents, man? And why them folk always on top of things? Peak game.
British, they always the Britain people. Astronomers, Richard Arrington. See, they always got to name something after a white man. The storm caused strong auroral displays and wrought havoc in telegraph systems. It was the Moors who discovered, Alphiers, a solar storm of this magnitude occurring today would cause widespread electrical disruptions. Now, Public Enemy coming out of retirement, and they dropping an album called "What You Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down." They got the cross. They're showing you the cable lines on fire and everything. That's the KKK cross. You see, it's like a ritual in front of the computers. They got the candles lit around it with the music. This is some fucking crazy shit we are in right now. We are in some crazy shit because you, Sister Cole.
You heard what he said. Because of these coronal mass ejections, you are public enemy number one. Now, they always tell you the truth, but you got to peep game. Public Enemy just came out with a new album or whatever, and it's called "What Are You Going to Do When the Grid Goes Down?" The grid is going to go down. That means you're not going to have no power. That means they're going to have you living through the Hunger Games. You're going to be experiencing the purge. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to fearmonger. I'm telling you the truth. If you know, then you know. Your grids are going to go down. Point blank, period, okay? Y'all were supposed to have been getting ready, but a lot of y'all don't care about nothing. You want to follow these false idols. You want to hit panels. You want to be finesse and finagled. You want to sip tea. You're going to look real stupid. A lot of people going to be looking real stupid. I don't know what some of you do on your day-to-days, but some people going to be looking real stupid. I'm sorry, man. I know it sounds bad, but it's the truth. Your grid is going down. Why? Because the sun is about to knock out all electrical. Man, come on, man. Electricity is your kryptonite, super people. Come on, man. They know this. They about to knock down that grid. That's why Public Enemy just came out with a new album talking about what are you going to do when the grid goes down? Because it's going down. Some of us are going to get superpowers. I hope some of y'all get it too.
Wars, you get the document Silent Weapons and Quiet Wars from the book Behold a Pale Horse. I want to read some of that shit too, because they're going to talk about how the economic system is economically. And since black people set the market economically, you know, when you go to Wall Street, that's where they sold the first slaves. So you is the economic base. This shit is deep. If I were to go in how I want to go in, we'll be here about 8 hours. But we're going to try to put together a melanin conference real soon. We'll try to put together a melanin conference if y'all are interested to donating to that. I'm in the talks with Camson and a few other people. It's not getting started immediately yet. We're going to put that together. We're going to redo that. And we're going to do a commemoration to Bobby Hemmings. We're going to get somebody to do a mural. Yeah, and it's not like he's dead or nothing like that. It's just pay homage while your ancestors is alive. Maybe, you up in the physical body. In the funerary text, they said that you're dead. You're in a physical body. But y'all understand. Pay homage. What's going to happen? The grid is going to go down. They've been waiting on this thing. And what's going on? They about to turn America into the Hunger Games. Now, I never watched the Hunger Games. I listened to a white woman the other day. Turn stuff down. whatever you.
Hey, this was just a test run, so I ain't never went live straight up on YouTube. I just want to see how that went, so I'm finna check this out. If y'all like this, leave a comment or something. I'll probably do it a little bit better. I don't know if you could have heard him clear. I don't know how any of this is, so I'm gonna check it. And y'all take care and guard your energy.
So I hope this information will be useful to you in your growth, in your rising and connecting the dots. Very powerful stuff. All praise and glory goes to the Most High Prime Creator. Much love. Be safe.